I'm going to have you introduce him, but I'm going to have him, after you do the invitation and the remarks, introduce the Georgia Experience Band rather than have to call the guitar back up on stage.
I'm going to do it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Does that make more sense? Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I have a fun little thing to say about that, too. Have you heard me say it?
So, ladies and gentlemen, we are live at the Jeffersontown Cares fundraiser for the Western Kentucky tornado relief, and the room is already full at the Jeffersonian in J-Town. It's very cool. It's a nice venue, and we've got a ton of people here, and several $1,000s has already been raised, and several thousand more are about to be raised with silent auction items and all the fun of the music and entertainment from comedians is going to happen. So stay tuned for the next couple of hours, and if you'd like to make a check or send money in, I'll get information to help you do that too. So we're going to be starting in just a minute.
Okay. And then Zach, yeah, you got a hand mic. Okay. Okay. Have you all seen her radio? I've never seen it all day. So much fun. Place around. No, good look. Let's do it. And the girls have a hand mark.
Good evening, everybody. How are you all tonight?
Good.
Raise your hands if you're in a good frame of mind.
Yay!
Raise your hands if you're grateful to have a house over your head. Raise your hands if you're grateful to have clothing and food, hot water, electric, all of the things that are not available to the folks of Western Kentucky, which is why we're here tonight. I'm Tara Bassett, and I've been with you through the waves of television and radio for many years in this town. I do a tremendous number of this type of fundraisers every single year, and I love doing it. I love being able to spend the time and effort that I have left on this earth, being able to help people who need something that maybe I have, or maybe I can get people to help give. So I'm very grateful to Diana Holsgrove for inviting me, and Debbie Dirks as well for inviting me out here tonight to this beautiful facility, the Jeffersonian in J-Town. I didn't even know this place existed. So what a cool venue. And we'll have to spread the word about it too, and get some people to come in and rent this space. Very nice. So you have quite a lineup of entertainment. In case you don't know, you are not only going to be hearing from a great band called the Dreadful Spirits, but you're also going to be hearing from some fabulous comedians. I did a show last with Marty Pollio, I think in 1984, when I was emceeing and he was entertaining. So that's the last time I saw him. I see Tom Mabe every once in a while, but you've got two nationally known stars, internationally beloved, and these guys have a lot of oomph, so to speak, when it comes to entertainment. So glad to have them here. We have the mayor of Jeffersontown, Bill Dirk, here with us tonight. So glad to have him too as well. And I'd like to start out the evening with some remarks from the pastor of our church next door. Big help getting all of this done. He's a new friend, and I just love him. His name is Lee Huckleberry. I'd like to invite him to make a few comments and also to provide the invocation. So, Pastor Huckleberry.
Thank you. I am not part of the entertainment, so. But I really do just want to thank you so much for coming tonight. Jeffersontown Cares. I've been thinking about the name of this event for a while now. And I'm here to tell you that I believe it. I believe Jeffersontown Cares. As I look around this room tonight, as I consider the friendships I've formed and the good work that I've witnessed as a relatively new member of the community, I have recognized you all as just very generous, kind-hearted, warm, and compassionate people. And as we begin, I just want to take an opportunity to thank you for your empathy, for your kind-heartedness, for your generosity. Your participation tonight is more than just a mere thoughtful gesture. It is a beautiful act of love. And so on behalf of Jeffersontown Christian Church, thank you so much and God bless you all. Let us pray. Ever-present God, it is in a spirit of compassion, goodwill, and love that we gather tonight. We seek to care for one another as you consistently teach us. We come to remember those who lost their lives in the December 10th tornado outbreak. We ask that you continue to comfort those who mourn and provide strength to those whose lives will never be the same. We hold in our hearts the communities that face long and challenging recoveries. May our efforts tonight and in the coming months and years help to lessen their pain and increase their hope. And as we eat and sing and laugh and share together this evening, remind us of your nearness and grace, of the precious gift of life, and of the responsibility we have to one another as your beloved children. It is for your glory and the common good that we gather and pray. Amen. And now I have the privilege of introducing the Joyful Spirits Band. Let me just, yes. No, I didn't forget your name. I was thinking about the first time I introduced them. It was at my installation service. I had been here 3 or 4 months, and it was outside. COVID was really raging at that point. And I was really excited, about coming and being the new pastor. And I said, I want to introduce to you the Joyful Spirits, the best band in town. And they all laughed at me when I said that. And so I amended my remarks, and I have ever since. And I call them the best band within a 2-mile radius. And so, everybody, give it up for the Joyful Spirits Band.
Thanks for coming out. I appreciate it.
It's nice to see you. Thank you.
Look at this crowd, you guys. This is a really nice house. And what a great venue. I love it. They sold these tables for $300 a table, and they have filled just about everyone. I don't think the last people are here yet, so pretty cool. Well done, Jeffersontown. Well done. I just wanted to come back to the back of the house and show you.
not typical of a church band, but we enjoy it. Rolling down the road, down the listen all over. All that wanna believe you, that wanna know me wants that she's a friend of mine. Take it easy, take it easy. Don't let the sound of your own wheels drive you so now take a look at me. Come on, baby, don't say baby. I know your sweet love. Oh, we made it work, but we can't. So open up finally. Take it easy. Well, I was running down the road trying to loosen my load. I was on the phone all my mind, looking for the love that won't go. So hard to find. Take it easy. Take it easy. Don't let the sound of your own wheels stay. Come on, baby, don't say baby. I gotta know your sweet love. Save me.
money for the Western Kentucky Tornado Relief Fund. It's a lot of fun. So grateful to the Jeffersontown Disciples of Christ Church for getting this fundraiser together, and the Jeffersonians for giving them the space. More entertainment coming up. Good job, ladies. Very nice. Well done. Got Jeremy Nally coming up, Marty Pollio and Tom Mabe are all entertaining, so this should be a fun night.
This next song we're going to do is a song
I'm going
that
to just show you a few.
was the favorite of somebody we just recently met in our church and lost. So, Lewis, this one's for you.
Aw. And Lewis Washington was a member of this church congregation, too. That's his wife, Debbie, at the keyboard. I'm just going to show you some photos to remind you of why these folks are here tonight. This is the tornado damage. Those towns in western Kentucky were so badly damaged. It's just one photo that is displayed around the room.
What a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright blessed days and the dark sacred night. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the sky, are also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, singing, how do you do? There will be singing, I love you. I hear babies cry, I watch them grow. They will be much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Oh, yeah.
You got it from me. sky above you, dark and full of clouds, and when all wind begins to blow, keep your head together and all my neighbors knocking at your just call my name, and you know where I am. I'll come running.
Oh, I'm loving this. All this music.
See you again. Baby, don't you know that winter, spring, summer, fall, all you have to do is call, and I'll be there beside you. Hey, it's good to know that you've got a friend when people get so cold. They'll hurt you, they'll desert you, they'll take your soul if you let them. Oh, don't you let them. You just call my name, and you know where I come running to see you again. Winter, spring, summer, or fall, all you have to do is call, and I'll be there beside you. You got a friend. You got a friend. Ain't it good to know you got a friend? Oh yeah, you got a friend.
Don't forget, there's a raffle on the side of this building over here with for the quilt and for some jewelry over there. So take a peek and get your raffles in.
You said, don't be discouraged or realize it's hard to take courage with a world full of people. You can lose sight of all the darkness inside. It feels so slow when I see your true colors shine through. I see your true colors. That's all I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors, beautiful. Like a rainbow. Show me a smile. Don't be unhappy, can't remember it. I saw it laughing
This world makes you crazy and you take it all. Whenever you call me up, because you know I'll be there. And I see your true colors shining through. I see your true colors. That's why I love you. So don't be afraid to let them show your true colors. True colors are beautiful. Desperado, why don't you come to your senses? You've been out riding fences for so long now. Oh, you're a hard one. I know that you've got your reason. These things that are reason hurt you so. Let's draw the queen of diamonds for to beat you if she's able. That's always the best thing. Now it seems to me some fine things have been laid upon your table, but you only want the ones you can't get. Desperado, oh, you make it younger. Angel in your hunger, they're driving you home. Freedom, oh freedom, that's just keep talking. Your prison is walking through this world all over me. Feet get cold in the wintertime. Sky won't slow and the sun won't shine. It's hard to tell how time goes. Losing all your highs and lows. Ain't it funny how the feeling goes away? Why don't you come to your senses? Come down from your fences. Oh, it may be raining, but there's no going. You better let somebody love you. Let somebody love you. Better let somebody love you. For it's too late. going to hear some great music from a talented singer and musician named Jeremy Nally. So this is Eric Clapton's Change the World. I think that we're trying to change just a little bit of it tonight. If I could reach the stars, I'd pour down for you, shining on my heart, so you could see the truth. That's what I have inside. Is everything you see. But for now I find it's only in my dreams that I can change the world. Could be the sunlight in your universe. You would think my love must really something good, baby. If I could change the world. If I could be a thing, even for a day, I'd take you as my king. I'd have it no other way. In this kingdom we play, till then I'll be a fool, wishing for the day when I can change the world. I would be the sunlight in your universe. You would think my life was really something good, baby. If I could change the world, baby, if I could change the I could change the world. I would be the sunlight in your universe. You would think my love was really something good, baby. If I could change, baby, if I could change, baby, if I could change the world.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a little quick 5 here and make a change in the sound system. for whatever reason. And I just want to remind you that over there is a beautiful quilt that was made by a lovely lady named Dora Wagner from Campbellsville. We are going to be taking bids on it for the next 2 weeks, but it's $2 a chance or 3 for $5. And then Nancy Gordon's gorgeous jewelry on that table back there, you can sign up on the bid sheets to get that. So please take this opportunity while they're making a quick set change to go back and bid on the jewelry, get your chance on this quilt, and continue to contribute to the effort, because we are here tonight for tornado relief, and that's a big key. You've got a lot of great entertainment coming up from Jeremy Nally, Marty, Pollio, and Tom Mabe. So get going on the fundraising part of it, and then you can have the entertainment. Thanks.
Okay, you guys. So this is a fun fundraiser. Hi Summer, or whoever's on Hot Mess Real Talk with Summer. You're welcome. Beverly, this is at the Jeffersontown in J-Town, and it's really cool. It's a big event venue. I mean, just take a look at this building. It's gorgeous. And it's right next to the Veterans Memorial Park, so that's kind of cool. So, yeah. It's a really cool space. And if you need to rent a place and you want to do something a little bit farther out in the East End, for whatever, there's all kinds of venues in town, but this is just a really beautiful, big, airy space with high ceilings. And there's Marty Pollio, and there's Tom Mabe. Just so you know, you guys, the big celebrities are in, which is really fun. So, I'll be here for the next couple hours, I think. And it will be an entertaining evening. Just be prepared. In the meantime, while they make this change in the setup, they're gonna change the electric sound system here. So I'm just gonna scoot off to the side and just give you a really lovely shot of the entire room. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to walk you over here and show you this quilt, because it is really cool. I'm going to show you the quilt, and I'm going to show you the jewelry. And they are all really nifty. Toby Ray's Pizza has apparently provided the pizza for tonight, so super nice of them. It smells so good. I haven't eaten anything, and I don't dare eat now. How you doing? But I do want to show you this. So take a look at this. This is beautiful jewelry. Right now there is a $10 bid, and that is a tremendous amount of handiwork. A lot of handiwork for $10. Plus this is for tornado relief, so it was donated, which is really cool. This beautiful piece right here that says home and has Kentucky, the stamped metal, which is on the backing. Beautiful. It's only got a $10 bid on it. This lovely piece, which is a necklace and earrings, has no bid yet. We'd like to see one. It's a tremendous amount of effort, you guys, to make these things. Look at that. I mean, look at the handiwork and the effort that's put in. And they were so kind to contribute these. And then $20 is the opening bid on this one. We don't have a bid on it yet, so just check those out. That's pretty cool. And that's got a set of earrings as well. Now, here is the reason why they're here. Let's take a look at these. So that's the top of the government building downtown. That's a grain silo. These are some of the apartments that don't have a roof anymore. That's a walkway that they cleared the trees out of the street. More folks who were walking and just surveying the damage. This is somebody's house, which was exposed.
Hey, everybody, my name is Jeremy Nally. Hope you enjoy what I'm doing for you. I've got a little bit of rock and roll, a little bit of country, a little bit of pop rock.
I guess Jeremy is going to introduce himself.
And start out with
I'll come back and show you the.
kids to get things through.
I'll come back and show you the quilt. This guy is a well-known country music artist. He performs in a cover band. I believe it's the Journey cover band, and he's been traveling around for quite a while making music. So he's come back home to go to school for music therapy, I believe, which is pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to go back over here. Great job to show you this quilt, because the quilt is really cool. It's very patriotic. It has all kinds of symbols of America on it, and it looks like it was just put together with so much love. All the stars and stripes, let freedom ring, living the American dream, stars and stripes. It involves fireworks, burgers, bonfires, ice cream, and freedom. Count me in is what that one says. So it's something that somebody who loves their country would enjoy very much. And their song chances $2 a piece or 3 tickets for $5. Easy. You can do that for the next 2 weeks. That's going to be fun. All right, we'll let Jeremy Nally do his thing, which will be fun. He is a lot of fun. He's a really good guy. He's also a congregant. He grew up here at the Jeffersontown Disciples of Christ Church and has now come back home, which is really something. So
#1 hit basket.
I'm going to get back up close so you can hear him and enjoy him.
It's a little bit funny, this feeling inside. I'm not one of those who can easily hide. Don't have much money, but boy, if I did, I'd buy a big house where we both could live. If I was a sculptor, but then again, no, or a man who makes potions in the traveling show. Oh, I know it's not much, but it's the best I can do. My gift is my song, and this one's for you. And you can tell everybody this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in the words how wonderful life is while you're in the world. I sat on the roof and kicked up the moss. Well, a few of the verses, well, they've got me quite cross. But the sun's been quite kind while I wrote this song. It's for people like you that keep it turned on. So excuse me for getting for these things I do. You see, I've forgotten if they're green or the blue. Anyway, the thing is, what I really mean, yours are the sweetest eyes I've ever seen. And you can tell everybody this is your song. It may be quite simple, but now that it's done, I hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind that I put down in the words how wonderful life is while you're in the world. hope you don't mind, I hope you don't mind, that I put down in the words how wonderful life is while you're in the world. Thank you. All right, all you country music fans, here's one for you. One by King George Strait. It started way back in third grade. I used to sit beside her in a new haze, a pink dress, a matching ball in her ponytail. She kissed me on the school bus, and told me not to tell. Next day I chased her around the playground, across the monkey bars to the merry-go-round. Every look got caught passing me a note. Before the teacher took it, I read what she wrote. Do you love me? Do you want to be my friend? And if you do, well, don't be afraid to take me by the hand. If you want to, I think this is how love goes. Check yes or no. Now we're grown up and she's my wife. Still like two kids with stars in our eyes. Ain't much changed, I still chasing her. Up and down the hall, around the bed in our room. Last night I took her out in a white limousine. 20 years together, she still gets to me. I can't believe it's been that long ago, but we got started with just a little note. Do you love me? Do you want to be my friend? And if you do, well, then don't be afraid to take me by the hand. If you want to, I think this is how love goes. Check yes or no. Do you love me? Do you want to be my friend? And if you do, well, then don't be afraid to take me by the hand. If you want to, I think this is how love goes. Check yes or no. Check yes or no. Check yes or no. Check yes or no. Thank you. Anybody else been fighting all this congestion and stuff we got going around here? It's not fun, I tell you. This next song is a Garth Brooks song he came out with a couple years ago. One of my favorite love songs. It's called Strong Man. She always says that I'm the rock that she leans on, but it's so hard to believe. She is always there when I start losing faith. Oh, crazy, she saves me. And every now and then she just wants me to hold her. Oh, but that don't mean she's a queen. The way she's unafraid to let her feel sure just means she's stronger than me. She lifts away this old girl off of my shoulder with nothing but the touch of her hand. Every day I wake up and she tells me that she loves me not no more like a man. You know I always thought I had to have the answers, be your strength and take the lead. But when it comes to anything that really matters, she's stronger than me. She lifts away this old girl off of my shoulders with nothing but the touch of her hand. Every day I wake up and I tell her that I love her and I feel more like a man. And I'd give her anything in life that's mine to give her till the last breath that I breathe. And if I had the choice, I pray God picks me first, 'cause she's stronger than me. Thank you, Aaron. I'll pick up the tempo a little here for you. Here's one by King Nat King Cole here. I think most of you in this room know this one. Feel free to dance, sing along, whatever you feel. Hope everybody's having a good time. L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore can love. Is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game or two. Two in love can make it. Take my heart, but please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. E is even more than anyone that you adore can love. Is all that I can give to you. Love is more than just a game or two. Meet you in love can make it. Take my heart, but please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. I said love was made for me and you. I said love was made for me and you. Yeah. Here's my favorite Alan Jackson song for you. wind.
This is Jeremy Nally.
I was young, so
He's performing at this wonderful event in J-Town for tornado relief. Several hundred people here.
You were the first.
They've already raised thousands of dollars and they're raising thousands more tonight. So great effort. Got Marty, Pollio, and Mabe coming.
Remember when we vowed the vows, walk, made the start. It was hard and it was hard. We lived and learned like the currents. There was joy and there was hurt. Remember when? Remember when the open sky knew was born and life was changed. This December, green rains, we came together, fell apart, broke each other's hearts. Remember when? Remember when the sound of little feet was the music we danced to week to week, brought back the love, we found trust, how we'd never give it up. Remember when? Remember when 30 seems so warm, now looking back, it's just a stepping stone to where we are, where we've been. Said we'd do it all again. Remember when? Remember when we said when we turn gray, when the children grow up and move away, we won't be sad, we'll be glad for all the life we've had. And we'll remember when. Remember when. Remember when. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Jeremy. Now, I really appreciate that. You know, this guy grew up as Jeffersontown Disciples of Christ right next door. So he's a homegrown guy. And he's been traveling all over the place, doing an outstanding job making music, and we know and love him for all that he does. And I heard you're coming back here to go to school for music therapy? Oh, awesome, at U of L. So give Jeremy Nally another big round of applause. Thank you. It's always nice to see the hometown kids do well. So I'm going to take just a quick brief second here to remind everybody of why we're here tonight. Can you raise your hands in the back row if you can hear me? Raise your hands in the back row. You can hear me back at the pulled pork table. I love that. That's good. I just bought myself a pulled pork sandwich and wrapped it up to take it home for dinner tonight because I forgot to eat today. So we're reminding you of why we're here tonight. In case anybody missed it, there was a terrible tornado, several actually, that lasted for miles and miles. They first started calling them the quad state tornadoes because they said the four corners of 4 states were affected. But as we know now, 6 states were actually affected. These tornadoes stayed on the ground for extraordinarily long periods of time. They made swaths that were wider than tornadoes that people had ever experienced in their lifetimes. So this tornado outbreak beat the records for everything that you ever remembered from 1974. For those of you who experienced the super outbreak in 1974 that went through, every place from the south to the north and really decimated Kentucky. But this tornado, and it's also interesting that this last few days has been the anniversary of the Henryville tornadoes of 2012. And we remember what devastation that also wreaked. So what I would just like to remind everybody as we are sitting here under the roof of a building when it's raining outside and dressed in clean clothing and having plenty of food and hot water and electric and having our computers and being able to plug in our cell phones and being able to charge all of our extra pieces of equipment that we just can't live without and sleeping in a warm bed and having our pets safe. Just remember that we are the lucky ones because this has not been the case for a huge portion of the western part of Kentucky and other states surrounding us. I know that interim pastor Beth Dobson was here a few months ago, and she's recently gone back to Mayfield. She was the interim pastor at Disciples of Christ, right? And she's going to come up and just talk to us for a minute about the experience. And I'd like you to pay close attention. So come on up, Pastor Dobson, if you will. And also to remind you of exactly what it is that this kind of fundraising can do, because the immediate rush to get all that stuff down there in the first week was fantastic, but it's got to be an ongoing, extended effort. And fundraisers like this are extremely important, so thank you for doing that. Pastor Dobson.
Okay. Greetings, everyone. I can't think there's a better place to be tonight than right here. We sure thank you so much. I'm going to ask you if you might be interested in waving to Western Kentucky. I happen to be going back there some, so. So, I think it's been a minute since all of this horribleness happened, but there's a million stories to be told. And I guess the thing is, we were so fortunate because, and I really hesitate to even use that word, I don't know why our house didn't get hit, but it did. So that's kind of the way this works. You deal with what lands on you. And I think that's where the folks in Western Kentucky are. Things are looking different now. If you've been in that part of the state at any time, you know that things are way different. Someone in Murray, where I'm working at the moment, said, "Oh, are things really looking good now?" And they're not. But you know what? This is something that's a years-long deal. And your help and your support being here tonight is just awesome to help that keep going. So the thing is, you have to tear down what's broken before you can start fixing it, right? And that's what is so astonishing. I keep using the word shocking, and I don't know what else to tell you except for that. We were probably half a mile from the tornado's path, and our dog, we sat in our bathroom like everybody else probably did. And we did not know where we'd come out to because it was dark, no power, no nothing. And we didn't even know if anyone else was even out there. So, that's the thing, is that you just kind of think, okay, just calm down a little bit. You got to see what's going to happen in the morning. And I tell you, one of the best things about such a devastating thing is to see all the good that people are doing every single day. It's just been awesome. There's probably no way to count all the volunteers, all the hours, all of the what do you need things that get said and answered. It's just really awesome. Yeah, all of our historic part of town is gone, including, you know, this sort of iconic courthouse. It's gone. So it's getting cleared out. And somebody said to me the other day, you know, Beth, isn't that the deal? You get cleared out, so there's a good open space to see what's going to come from this. And I think that's kind of where things are, is that, it's a royal mess. But progress, I believe that is what Kentuckians do, is we don't stand apart. And we just thank you, Mr. Mayor, for this evening and for the fellowship and all of the ways in which we can count being together. It's going to be years. It's not going to be over next week. But you know what? It really is just awesome to think about all the ways that this has created the opportunity, again, for us to remember that, yeah, we are Kentuckians. Even if we're far out west, we all stick together. And we so appreciate your generosity and just the care that you have exhibited tonight. We love you all.
Well, you know what? Don't go away, Beth, because I think that the mayor has something for you. Mayor Deer, you want to do that now? I think it'd be lovely. So the mayor of Jeffersontown is actually going to make a check presentation. So come on back up here for just a second, because I think this is important. And if you will, please everybody give a big round of applause to your Jeffersontown mayor, who also was responsible for big contribution. I'm going to let him take the microphone.
Thank you, Sarah. Thank you. With us today is another group that has made sure this check came out tonight. It was our city council. We got Carol Pike, Ronnie Powell, Brian Abrams, and Ray Perkins. Let's give them a round of applause for being here. To put this in perspective, I know Tara tried to explain to you how devastating this was, and I cannot even fathom what you all have gone through. God love you. But it was 227 miles, and at some points it was 1 mile wide. So if you cleared a path from Louisville to Nashville, you still would have been in of the tornado. So that's how long this tornado stayed on the ground and tore through many towns all across our state. And to give you an idea of what that means to these communities across the state, each one being individually owned, each city is individual, each county is individual. Our state is made up of families. Our churches are made up of families. What would you do tomorrow morning if your church was totally level like theirs? What would you have done? How would you have stayed together as a family? How would you have praised God together as a family? And then it comes the next day. And the people have to find a place to stay, a place to work. And I can tell you, as the past president of Kentucky League of Cities, I was telling the Reverend that we took a pact that we would not steal both the employer or the residents from those cities, because they are devastated and they have to find a place to live for the night. But we want them to come back because they are part of that community, which makes that community. So as you leave tonight, and I appreciate, God love every one of y'all that have come tonight for the Mayfield. Meryl Nan, Kathy is a good friend of mine, and I've talked to her many times. And in fact, Dawson Springs, Chris down there, we helped them through all the tragedy too. Just think of what it would be if you closed your eyes and, as they said, you woke up in the morning and had nothing. As we collected the toys during Christmas, everybody was absolutely fantastic. Said, we want those kids to have a Christmas. And as when I was down in one of the cities, I think it was Dawson Springs, I was talking to the resident and they said, we absolutely 100% praise you for helping us. Please don't send any more water, by the way. I understand there's a lot of water down there. We don't need any more water. But when it came to Christmas, we all donated because we wanted those kids to have the same joy of Christmas as we had. But what they said that we don't realize is they had 0 toys. So when you gave, that was the only toy they had. So as you go home, as you want to help, as you want to donate, these donations go to help the people 100%. These donations go to help the people that need it on a daily basis. And God bless you for coming tonight, because the fear that everybody had across the state and down in the state was that you would forget them on week 2, week 3, week 4. We're several months into it. It's going to take several years to develop the community back to where it was. And as you talked about the leveling of all the land, and you look out, and it's like looking out over a prairie. But the worst thing to look at is the trees. And when you look at the trees and the broken arms, the broken branches, you look at a community that is broken but is coming back. So many times the community will actually tear down the tree because they want to be known for growing, not being for withering. So please, tonight, help whoever you can. Say prayers as much as you can, because these people need help. J-Town is one that believes in family. J-Town is, our motto is, where everyone is family. And we mean that completely across our state, not only in J-Town, but beyond the borders that we have. We believe in helping them anywhere from, we sent police car down to Dawson Springs. We sent a Bobcat down for you all. We sent ambulances down. So we realize that helping others is what we do. And when a church steps up and says, hey, we need help because we want to help those communities that are beyond our borders, J-Town and the city council, the mayor, have stepped up with $3,000. So God bless, say a prayer, and we'll come down to see you when everything's built back up. If not sooner, I'll be down there. Thank you all. Thank you all for being here.
Thank you very, very appreciate it. Thank you. Yes. So I tell you what, it's just amazing, and you can continue to raise funds tonight, right now, if you just take that time in between the next 2 sets to go over and make those contributions through those beautiful pieces of jewelry in the back. You can bid on those, or you can get your chance for the quilt, which will be available for the next couple of weeks. So moving on with our program, which is absolutely amazing. As I said earlier, I haven't seen this guy, I don't think, since 1984 when I emceed a gig down at the Brown Theater when I was emceeing and Marty Pollio was the comedian of the century. But you guys have seen him on The Tonight Show with Johnny Carson. You've seen him in a skit with Jay Leno there. He's been on, remember Empty Nest, Blossom, Night Court, all those shows that we used to watch in the 80s and even in the 90s. He's been on all of them. This is a big presence, and the fact that he's here tonight is a tremendous attribute of his, because he's supporting his hometown still. So please welcome to the stage the funny and the amazingly wonderful Marty Pollio.
I didn't deserve anything that good, believe me. Oh boy, well thanks for not being disappointed that I'm not the Marty Pollio you see every day on the news. I was doing a gig with Tom back in 2020 BC, before COVID, South Park Country Club, and they introduced me as Marty Pollio, and I got on stage, and there was this collective, we thought we were going to get our jokes from the superintendent of the public schools. So, he is a distant relative. I've met Marty Pollio. I don't believe he has really good jokes. He's a very serious guy. And there's, some big differences. And first of all, I feel bad for the guy. He's not the real Marty Pollio, but, there's a difference. The biggest difference is that Marty Pollio will mandate that your children wear masks in school, and this Marty Pollio doesn't care at all about your kids. That's probably the biggest difference. He's a very serious guy. he would go into schools as a principal, and I could use this, thanks. Yeah, he would go into schools as a principal, and he would like failing schools, and he'd turn the programs around. And he'd go in and he'd slap people around, and he became the hero. And I'm more the slappy than the slapper myself. I went to Catholic schools back in the day, went to St. Agnes, St. X, so I've been pummeled by both genders of the holy people. The nuns were the worst, believe me. We had MMA nuns at St. Agnes. But yeah, I had a son, and my whole thing with my son is that I didn't want to ever punch him because he was a problem. As a teenager, he was a really defiant child, and he was a real problem. But I got hit. It didn't do me any good. It made me worse. So we got through his teenage years and everything. And now that I've raised a teenage son, I completely understand why I was beaten. Everybody's forgiven. So. Yeah, Pollio is an Italian name. I'm full Italian. I know I don't seem it. I should be happier or something. That's what you expect out of us, happy, huggy people. And I'm one of these guys. Everybody has to come up to me and say, "Gosh, you never smile. It takes more muscles to frown than it does to smile." Yeah, I know. I'm working out. My face can beat up your face. I don't know why they need me to smile if they're so happy. I mean, these happy, bubbly types, they're always the ones that take the Prozac, the antidepressants. It's not guys like me. And there's nothing wrong with that, taking that stuff. I've had depression in my life, but it's just got pedestrian kind of depression. Some people really have to take that medicine, but for me, I never really needed it because I never really expected that much. Drop my keys in the toilet before I use that toilet. It's a good day, And you got the glass half empty people, the glass half full. And I just feel like that glass is twice as big as it needs to be. Get a smaller glass. And my happy friends would call me when they feel bad, and you got to make them feel better. I'd say, they go, "Oh, I feel like I'm falling in a bottomless pit." And I'd say, "Well, you're not going to hit your head." Try to be upbeat, positive. Try to help people. They don't appreciate it. My brother down in the dumps, he used to really give it to me when we were kids. He was awful to me, and we're Italian. We get these big noses, and he got hit hard, And so one birthday of his, I bought him a book on self-esteem, and I said, "Look, Johnny, just hold that book in front of your face wherever you go." No thank yous. So what's the big deal about, being a little down? It's not that big a deal. You can buy motivational calendars help. I saw one in the store. It was covered in plastic and it said right on the front cover, it said, "Nothing is ever gained without some risk." So I stole it. And I was a little down before I came here, and I tell you, if you are down and you can still turn to dear old mom and dad, that's the way to go because they're wise. My mother's in her 80s now, and I went up to her and I said, "Look, Mom, I'm feeling a little low. I need you to tell me something motivational." She said, "Move out." Can I have that napkin, please? I'm sorry, you touched that. Now my hand is bleeding. I'm gonna have to sue. I'm sorry. Anyway, what else? I was a dancing child in front of me. I had no idea I made people that happy. I get to see my son. He's great. He's 25 now, and it didn't work out with his mom, and she started disliking me. While she was having him, I noticed, and I was in the birthing room, and I don't know why I was there. She didn't even really want me around during conception. But my son, you know, he's great. He wants to be a rapper. He's working hard on that. A rapper, I don't know anything about that, you know. I guess you rap about what you know, so I guess he's gonna rap about being loved too much by his parents and being driven to play dates, you know, growing up on the mean streets of Parkway Gardens Court, I guess. Yes. And I said, well, you know, I don't have any connections in the show business, but good luck, white boy. So yeah, it didn't work out with me and his mom. And then talk about being happy. I'll tell you one thing that made me happy. I was dating someone that really made me happy. She should leave me alone. That's all I've ever wanted. But then how long does that last? You know, because for a while, you know, everything was great, and we were getting along and had a lot in common. And then the bickering started, and then shouting matches. Finally, one day, she wrote me one of those Dear John letters. You know, some people call them restraining orders. So we had a lot in common, except she was a vegan. There's a lot of vegetarians and vegans now out. Any in here? Yeah, there's more. They're just too weak to raise their arms. They preach all the time. I don't like to be preached to. Best I can do is eat animals that are vegetarians. So, I just feel like if God didn't mean for us to eat animals, he wouldn't have made them out of beef. You know? Gotta eat right, though. Gotta eat your vegetables. I like fresh vegetables, so I turn to wrapped in bacon and deep fried. I like that. Grew up on junk food, never stopped eating it, and then I hear all these dumb stories about the junk food from all the health nags. They'll say stuff like, makes your hair fall out, you know, stupid stuff. Got a lot of clear hair up here, a lot of shiny pink hair. I don't care about being bald. I really don't. You know, I'd do something about it if I felt like doing it. Although when it started happening for me, all the hair growth stuff, the Propecia, Rogaine, and all that wasn't out yet. So I had to go out trying on rugs, you know, and I go, yeah, this one looks okay. I think it looked better if it had a couple little end tables up there. What do you do? You know, it's like, what are you gonna do? It's you finally get to that day where you look in the mirror and you go, well, it's part of life. Worse things happen to me than this, and all of a sudden you find yourself pulling the fur out of your cat and be the only one in this household. Oh, calico. So you develop a sense of humor about it. Going to the barber, yeah, part in the middle, could you? Yeah. Hey, pal, it's already part in the middle. Looks like Moses has been walking on your head. Everybody's got their little quips about it. But I bought a toupee. I bought 6 of them in a plastic bag at Costco. Giving out samples. They're a little forklift pallet in the back. I don't know if it's... I was talking to Tom about this last night, and he said, hey, you know, I know you do some juggling at the end, but do you do any magic? He said, because it's a diverse age range of people, and everybody loves magic. And I said, well, I can learn some magic, you know, and it's a big deal, you know. And so I did a little crash course last night on YouTube, and I came prepared for everybody wanting a little magic. I thought I would travel down a few avenues of entertainment for you tonight. Turn this place into a Vegas showroom. Love it. A little variety. So here we have this, what is this? 6 of diamonds, everybody sees that. And here, wouldn't it be something if this 6 of diamonds, and this is what magician is like. This is called a flourish. It has nothing to do with the trick, but you're looking at me doing this, going, "Wow, you know, he's so confident. Our show is in good hands with this guy." You know, wouldn't it be something if this 6 of diamonds turned into whatever you're thinking? This name a card, any card. Go ahead. Yeah.
Ace of spades.
Oh, ace of spades, you say. All right, and just to make sure that people don't think I put you up to this, just name a different card. anything.
4 diamonds.
Oh, 4 diamonds, you say. 4 diamonds. All right, all right, so wouldn't it be something if this 6 of diamonds turned into 4 diamonds? And all right, this is not going to work. All right, so I don't know. What that tells me is that this is a hard trick, and that's what I do. I do hard tricks. I feel like that's what sets me apart. All right, now let's take this 6 of diamonds and tear it into pieces, put it back in my pocket. Now, I not only feel this coming back together as one, but moving from this pocket to this pocket. Oh, yeah. Is that the mysterious pathway in front of my underwear? Pull the card out, whole and intact once again. Also looks like a change to a 3 of spades. In the There's a lot of magic going on there. You can imagine the audience's delight if you would have said a 3 of spades. Guy in the video said a 3 of spades, but just come on in and ruin my act. It's fine. All right. This is the crescendo to the magic act, and this is a little bit more serious magic with some theme music. All right, here we go. Dun 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 I'm gonna move along. I find you people a little bit immature. I'm gonna round out my little short portion here in a minute with some juggling, but I don't want you to think that I have to rely on juggling. I'm really quite the witty, spontaneous stand-up comedian. Watch, let me see. Where are you from, sir? Yeah. Louisville? Okay, good. All right. That threw me. What do you do for a living? You retired now, or? Oh, you work for Baptist? Yeah, still. You look like you. I mean, when are you going to retire? Man? There's a lot of leisure out there. You're missing out on. My fellow old people, we got to stick together. We do. We got to stick together. I'm old. I get the things in the mail with the walk-in bathtubs and all that stuff. Right? And they have the waterproof door and the little bench inside. And every time I see one of those things, I go, it is pretty nice. It would keep me from going like this. That would be sweet. So yeah, we got to stick together. Because I mean, who cares? Nobody cares about us anymore. You know how you can't. Why they don't care? They're ready for us to go. Like there's going to be more room on the water center or something. You know how you can't make fun of anybody anymore? Groups of people. Yeah, you can. 3 groups. White trash. They don't care. God love them. They don't care. Bald guys. We don't have like a strong lobby or anything. We're no bald activists. We don't have parades, If we did, we'd have to have them at night because of all the reflections. And then old people. Old people. Yeah, how many times have you heard people laugh about I've fallen and I can't get up? Oh yeah, that's hilarious. She's going to die on the floor of dehydration over the course of 4 or 5 days. It's just a real knee slapper, isn't it? Yeah. So, Tara, where you work?
I work in the streets.
In the streets?
Yes.
Most people wouldn't really admit that. Quite a well-dressed street worker you are.
Thank you.
I love the jacket.
Thank you.
Looking great. Where was it in '85 that we worked together or saw?
We were at the Brown Theater.
Oh, really? I
Yeah.
worked at the Brown?
Yeah. I think it was called the Macaulay at that time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, as you can see, things are going really well for me right now. Just a step or two in the wrong direction, but Oh, all right. So, I didn't know I worked there. I did a show at the Brown Theater. No. So, and you miss on the end. What do you do for a living?
I stay at home and take care of my granddaughter.
Take care of your granddaughter? Yeah. How old is your granddaughter?
11 months.
Oh, 11 months. Oh, still cute. Still cute. That's good. That's, yeah, these kids, you know, you have a kid and you, I mean, especially, I only have the one kid and you have this new fresh baby and you say, oh, wow, this is great. I want to be smart and athletic and creative and everything. And then you start seeing these weird personality quirks as they get a little older and you start thinking, well, you know, it'd be great if he ends up being a good person. If he doesn't kill me with the insurance money, I'm going to be so happy. This is what I do. This is, my parents were a little disappointed when we go to medical school, and you got to figure not many patients want to see Dr. Pollio. So, what else? On the computer a lot. I'll tell you, nowadays when you do dating, everybody goes on the computer and you do the online dating, and that's fun, you know, because they love my pictures. You see your pictures, and you see their pictures, and they love my pictures. They write back the same thing about just about every time. They'll say something like, "Ooh, wow, you're one of the best looking guys I've seen in quite a while. Lots of love," you know, LOL. And then you meet them in person, and then you realize their pictures were taken before the unfortunate ceiling fan accident. So, what do you do? Yeah, Dr. Pollio, that's not going to work for me. The whole medical thing, I can't go through with it. It's you know, even the prostate exam. I just carry my cell phone in my back pocket, little in-house radiation therapy for the prostate. Worth a shot. I will tell you, give you this little, what is this? I'm going to do public service announcement. Public service announcement before Tom comes up. And that is, all right, here, this has got blood on it, it's awful. That is that when you leave here, watch out, be careful. That's the public service. Watch out for the other guy. It's always the other guy, isn't it? It's like I'm on Bardstown Road, I'm pulling out, and you know, we're a lovely city. It's great to be here in the city doing stuff, you know, doing a show. We're just in town. It's so nice. I love Louisville, you know. And we got all our people that have to do their own TV commercials here. You gotta love that, you know. You got the heavy hitter, right, that guy. And who else? There was Little John for a while, and all the Collins ladies, you know, and the Bachmans and all that. But the heavy hitter is now the Hammer, and he'll always be the heavy hitter in my heart. But anyway, he was on his bike and he got hit. Did you know that? He got hit. And I mean, how much does God have to hate you to be the one to hit the heavy hitter? Wow. So yeah, from Louisville, and if you've been to other big cities and you say you're from Louisville, you know that reaction is like, oh, Kentucky, you know, like you lived under a goat all your life. But anyway, so I'm pulling out Bardstown Road on some parking lot, and I'm looking left to see when I can make my move. And in the meantime, there's this guy on a bike, like coming the wrong way on the sidewalk. I don't even think that's legal. And you know, he's like this, you know, 45-year-old guy on a bike. You know, buy a car, buddy. You know, and so I'm making my move, and I see him just in the nick of time. I screech on my brakes. I miss him by like that much, and he keeps riding on, but he's flailing his arms and he's yelling at me, and you just want to grab the guy by the shirt collar and say, "Look, pal, do you have any idea how close we both came to being involved in a hit and run?" You know? People are irresponsible, so watch out for them. Is what I'm trying to say. All right, so I'm going to do a little juggling here in my portion with some juggling. Wow, I can't. Oh, I couldn't see anything. You think I was as old as you? You know? Yeah. You're barely older than me, believe me. All right. Let me see. I didn't get a chance to warm up. This is going to be a mess. But in my defense, I've never been a good juggler. Let me see. So, all right. Here, wait a second. Come on. All right, here we go. See if we can find a juggle two on the radio here. Oh, this is not on. Oh, this mic is not on. All right, wait. All right, hold on. All right. Oh. Okay, here. All right, wait, let's start this. Okay. All right. Okay, thanks. Thanks for doing that. All right, here we go.
Here we go. So now we're at 4.
me do.
Hilarious.
Thank you. All right, thanks. I know, what a mess. Thank you for your attention. You've been really nice, and this is a great event tonight. I'm really honored that someone asked me to do this. So it's Tom Mabe, actually, who's coming up next. So thanks a lot.
That was fun. Thank you so much, Marty. You know, he really is an awesome juggler. I don't care what he says. And he's a funny guy and he's a good guy. So we want to give him a big round of applause again. Marty Pollio, ladies and gentlemen. The real Marty Pollio. Yes. Got it. Quilt is still accepting, look right there. See that gentleman in the gray and the lady? They're standing there waiting for you to come over. They are waiting for you to come over and get a raffle on the quilt. $2 or 3 for $5. So you got to do that. And you also have to go back and take a look at that jewelry because there's some beautiful pieces of jewelry. And Vanna White is standing back there waiting for you to come and see. See, everybody look. She's right there. Pat Sajak just left. But anyway, you really have to go and hit a bid on the jewelry because somebody made that jewelry. They put a lot of handiwork into it for the explicit purpose of donating it to raise more money, which means you have to bid on it be above and beyond what the noted value is, because that's the idea of bidding. So that's what we really would like you to do. And love offerings are also being accepted. So we want to thank everybody who has done so much work on this tonight. We're going to bring up our final performer, who is phenomenal. And I know you guys probably knew Tom Mabe when he was just a stand-up comedian. That's all he did. Just went around to clubs and did stuff. Then he hit this massive nerve with telemarketing prank phone calls. If you guys don't remember that, look it up on YouTube. It's hysterical. Then he decided to diss this dude who was a friend of his who had 10 DUIs. And he set up a video prank where he put the guy in a hospital room and convinced him that he was awakening from a 10-year coma. I mean, the guy's brain is just exploding with ideas, with fun, with so much more. And he is truly somebody that I've called on a number of times to do some good work for something, and he always answers the call. So we appreciate him being here tonight. The one, the only, the phenomenal, Jeffersontown's only, Tom Mabe.
Thanks, Tara.
Welcome, Tom.
Wow. Hey, howdy. Good to be here. Yeah, wow. I drove in from, looks like 2 blocks from here. Not a bad drive. Not a bad gas prices. Sad day when your car's blue book value doubles with a full tank of super on lettuce. I feel good. I feel good. Big round of applause for Marty Pollio. Hey, Guru, Tara. Oh, gee, Diana Posgrove. Gee, big round of applause for Diana Posgrove. She's the machine, Tara. Wow. This old guy up front, I don't know his name. Marty's like, you're nowhere near Marty's age. I felt bad for him. Well, guys, thanks for coming out. I feel good. I've on a personal note, I've lost 15 pounds. How about that? I got about 12 more to go, and I tried everything. I was on Weight Watchers. No. I was on Jenny Craig, and she's like, get off me, Tubby. I joined the gym. My wife taught me to join the gym, and she's my wife. You guys know Melanie, my wife, and Josh here tonight. And my wife, she's a workout fanatic, and she's always telling Tommy, honey, when you go to the gym, you gotta confuse your muscles. You gotta confuse your muscles when you go to the gym. So I tried it the other day. I'm going to the gym, and right when I get to the parking lot, I'm like, psych! I went to Cracker Barrel. I confused the heck out of them. That was awesome. Ray Perkins, thanks to you for all you've done for tonight and everybody. And again, Mayor, wow, that's just so, I'm so humbled that everybody's pulled together to do this. It's so great. There's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now, and thoughts and prayers for Ukraine, and wow, everything's just going crazy. And It's really helping to be here. You guys never see me at church because I travel. I'm like a trucker hauling jokes, and I do belong to Jeffersontown Christian. I've been there before we got married, right? Yeah. You okay? You're looking bad. Don't do that.
I'm mad.
You mad at me? Why are you telling me now that you're mad? I'm staying. We've been married. We've been married for 26 years. Wow. That's why I drink so much, I think. I had to quit drinking. My check liver light came on. I went to the doctor, and you can't ignore the signs. I went to the doctor. He pressed on my liver, and an Uber pulled up. So, I figured out, okay, I get it. Time to slow down. Stop. Hey, if you ever feel like you got too many friends on Facebook, just post your political viewpoints on your wall. I have no political viewpoints. Oh, Melody, she's got her viewpoints. She's mad at me because I wouldn't watch the debates with her. I'm like, baby, I'd rather watch the Weather Channel. At least there's a 50% chance of what they say will actually happen. We're going to lower taxes. No, you're not. Oh, shit. I got audited 2 years ago, and the guy's like, Mr. Mabe, you claim you spent $15,000 in hotel rooms last year, but you don't have the receipts. Got the towels. Well, I was watching news a little bit today. They're a big thing now. Borders, and illegal aliens, or that's bad. You get canceled. You can't. It's undocumented citizens. That's what we. Look, I don't care what you call them. Good people, hard worker. I just think they're kind of confused. If they want to take American jobs, they should move to India. But come on. When's the last time you called American Express and actually spoken with an American? You spoke with someone pretending to be American. Like, hello, my name is Andy. Well, hey. Well, how you doing, Andy? This is Ishfaq Muhammad from J-Town, Kentucky. Is that bad? Am I getting canceled? I'm sorry. You guys know my son Josh. Josh is this is just I talk about what I know, and we all you guys, our church is taking in my family so well, and I've got Tourette syndrome. Mine is a facial tic. I'll blink my eyes. And when Josh was younger, he had Capriola Tourette syndrome. We've all, you go to church, he'll blurt out things, and there was a time where he would blurt out bad words, even racial slurs. And we were, Josh, remember when you had your back surgery? And we walked in. I'm like, Josh, look around. We could go wait in the truck, and we could have the nurse call us when it's time for us to go back or whatever. He's like, Dad, I'm okay. And when we're in that situation, I will approach it, because me being a Touretteer and he having the verbal tics, I know how this can. So if I walk up to someone, and especially, in the situation, I'm like, hey guys, because he brought out the racial slurs, and I go, this is my son Josh, and he's a racist. I'm cool, okay? But he's a great sport about it. He's grown out of like 90% of it. Thank you for that. Yeah, so and you guys are taking him, man. But Josh is like, he's a good kid at church, but at home he's a little rambunctious. He knows, his dad's a prankster. He wants to be like me. I was doing a show at the Field Museum in Chicago. Melanie calls me up. She goes, what are you doing? I said, it's 5 minutes to wait. Well, I'm getting my game face on. I'm going to go on stage. What's up? She said, call me right when you get off stage. Like, Melanie, what's going on? Are you okay? Are the kids okay? She said, the cops brought Josh home. I'm like, what happened? She said, well, he put a Grim Reaper outfit on, went down to the corner of Ruck Regal and Taylorsville Road, stood out from the funeral home and waved to people as they drove by. like, put him on the phone. Melanie, put him on the phone. Buddy, tell me you videotaped it. I wish I would have thought of that. We love, wow. So yes, I love stuff. I do travel a lot. I was just in Florida, and I was so happy I was leaving Miami, and I was going up to the boat show, and I'm trying to talk to my wife. You ever notice, your wife? I'm not no. You ever notice how yes sometimes means no, and no sometimes means yes, but yes sometimes means maybe, but maybe almost always means no. Can I buy a boat or not, woman? Come on, what's going on? But anyway, I do want a boat. So no, there it is. She finally said it. No. I'm flying home from Miami, and I was running. I was running late, and I was so excited that when I went to the metal detector, that the alarm didn't go off. I went, woohoo! You should not celebrate when the alarm doesn't go off at the airport. Well, a little tip for you: when you're getting patted down by the TSA, it goes by much quicker if you whisper, "I love you." I missed my flight in Charlotte. I had to catch a flight with Southwest. You ever flown Southwest? I didn't know the lay of the land. I've never flown them. And I go, hey, where do I sit? She goes, sir, you sit anywhere you want, which is cool because I've always wanted to sit in the cockpit. I'm doing this whole, I'm fat and skinny at the same time. I'm doing the keto thing now. Yeah, John, we look like twins, dude. Melanie and Kenzie look alike, and you and I look alike. You're better. You're a little cuter than I am, but I got a little more. I'm trying to lose weight. I'm trying to watch my carbs. And that's really why I'm not going to church. How many carbs in that body of Christ? Come on, seriously. You got any diet body of Christ left? I'm sorry, that's bad. That's going to hell. I'm sorry. Jeez. But I'm on the road and I'm eating fast food and I hate the service to get the drive-through window. How hard is it to put a couple daggone napkins in the bag? Remember about 10 years ago, I came home, she said, Melanie hates it. You said, you still got that starting pistol you used back in high school when you ran track? I'm like, yeah, I sat in the garage. Get it, we're going to McDonald's. What McDonald's? Take the order, please. Now give me 2 cheeseburgers, 2 large fries, 2 large Cokes. I don't want cheese, it's fattening. Well, shut the heck up. Everything okay after, sir? Yeah, dude, I'm sorry. 2 cheeseburgers, 2 large fries, and 2 large Cokes. I want a Diet Coke. Look, I don't need this the first day I get out of jail. I will use this gun. You don't have the guts. So I get the starting pistol out. Yeah, make that 1 cheeseburger. Hey, you guys like having fun? Get yourself an empty bucket from the Colonel Sanders. Put a real live chicken in it. And go up there to the window at KFC. Come here. Yeah, this chicken ain't done. I do that stuff. That's my job. I'm getting too old to do this now, and we just celebrated a birthday, and she's struggling with getting older. She's having a hard time with getting older. She's like, things are sagging, and they're starting to droop. I'm like, baby, you look great. So, I'm talking about you. So I started out in comedy as a fluke, as Tara was saying. I had a CD called Revenge and the Telemarketers, and a TV show on CMT called Mabe in America, and which we shot a whole lot of stuff at Louisville Pizza. If you're watching the show, I think like 90% of it we shot at Louisville Pizza. And then I just did a movie called Natural Born Pranksters. I think it's on Netflix. It's on Lionsgate right now. And when the movie wrapped, they sent us all out to do press. And me being the old guy, I got to do like Reader's Digest. You know you've made it when you're in the Reader's Digest, right? And she says, Tom, tell us about your very first prank. Like, wow, my very first prank. It was back in the 70s. I think I was 8 years old. Remember back in the 70s? And we had that big snowstorm, and Bullock County schools were out for like 9 years. And you call your cousin up in Jeffersontown, like, ha, you got school tomorrow. He's like, ha, you can't read. But I was raised out in Bullock County before we got married and whatnot, and we had that big snowstorm, and I built my very first prank I ever did. I built a snowman out front of our house. I spent all day on this snowman, and I went to bed, and I woke up. Somebody killed it. They ran it down the truck or something. I was crying. I was 8. My mom came and said, Tommy, baby, it's okay. I will help you build another snowman. Thanks, Mom. I appreciate it. I built another snowman, went to bed, woke up. They ran it down again. It's like, Tommy, why don't you build a snowman in the backyard? That way they can't get to it. Like, no, Mom. The whole purpose of building a snowman is where people can see it. They can't see it in the backyard. So you go inside. I got this. So I built another snowman. Put the hat on it, the carrot nose. It looked like Frosty. And I went to bed. Around midnight, I'm awakened by a bam! And I look outside my bedroom window. There's a big pickup truck stuck in our front yard. And there's water spewing out the grill. I built a snowman atop the fire hydrant. And shake and bake, pretty good for an 8-year-old. Where will you be when diarrhea strikes? We'll wait, because you don't, that's what's funny, dude. I'll talk loud, go ahead. Prop that door open. Prop the door open. Woo! No, he did. Hold on. This is wireless. Hold on. Dang, girl. What are you, 5 years old? Come on, pull your pants up. You can't pee like that. That's ridiculous. Well, hi, Tara.
Hi, Tom.
I forgot where I was. I'm sure it's going to be epic. Oh, my second prank. North Bullock High School. I'm a freshman. Let's see, 22. Yeah, freshman. I live in Overlook Road in Maryville. It's now called Hillview. And my cousin Johnny lived 8 houses down. And he calls me up. He goes, Tommy, don't answer the door. I'm like, why's that, Johnny? He said, they're going door to door selling stuff. I'm like, what are they selling? He said, home security systems. 10 minutes later, there's 2 guys walking up our front porch. My brother and I bust out the screen door wearing a ski mask. I'm holding a crock pot. I look back, he's got the cat. I'm like, really? You stole the cat? Cat burglar or something? Okay. Oh, yeah. So I spent my whole life, if just a little history about before Power knows this, before comedy, I was an advertiser. I wrote jingles. I'm a musician. That's my whole life goal was to be a singer-songwriter. And I was listening to HAS the other day and I heard Cunningham, overhead door. I wrote that. Call the plumber whose name is his number. Wrote that. If you got a home, pick up the phone, Mr. Money. I wrote all these jingles. Tumbleweed was my main client for years and years. Tumbleweed. I did that for years and years. And I used to go back and forth from Louisville to Nashville and perform at the Bluebird Cafe. And I go down there and drive home and do a few songs, come home. And I get a call from Scott Hendricks' office. Scott was the president of Capitol Records, and he went to Virgin Nashville. And they say, hey, Scott Hendricks wants to meet you. Like, wow, Scott, you're Garth Brooks, Faith Hill, Brooks and Dunn, all these, Trace Atkins, like national royalty. And I get down there, and somehow I start sharing these little, my thing went viral. I was recording these calls on a little $27 answer machine, these prank phone calls. I get a 6-record deal with Virgin Records on a recording I made in Jeffersontown of telemarketers that would call my house. I'm like, this is bittersweet, because I want the record deal, I want the money, but I'm not a comedian, I don't want to do this. And I'm like, okay, I'll take it. So it was time for my last CD, and it was like, wow, I'm at this point, I'm burnt. I'm like, if I never do another prank call again, I'll be happy. And go, Tom, I said, get a contract. My agent was telling me, you got it. So, all right, it's cool. And I found out about this telemarketing convention going on in Washington, D.C. And I got a daughter. She's going through the Trouble Twos, which is weird. She's 18. And I remember at the time she had colic, and every time we get her to sleep back when she was a baby, a telemarketer would call and wake her up. I'm like, geez, Louise. So I found out about this telemarketing convention going on in Washington, D.C. I drive up from Louisville. I check into the same hotel these telemarketers are staying. I find out what floors they're on, what rooms they're in. At 3 o'clock in the morning, I start calling them, trying to sell them stuff, things they could use like sleeping pills. Now that I'm thinking about it, this is awful. But I call this one telemarketer, like, yeah, this is Tom down the front desk. Sorry to bother you so late. Our computer crashed. Was your wake-up call for 8 or 8:30? It's correct. It's 3 a.m. Yeah, we'll call you here in a few hours, wake you back up. Oh, sir, you hear? Sir, calm down. Sir, don't use that kind of language, all right? So, you're here to telemarketing convention? We appreciate your business. Okay. Yeah, sir, sir, hold on. Yeah, the manager's right here. Hold on. He's really upset. He says he can't get back to sleep, and he thinks we should make it right for him. I could do that? Sir, you there? I talked to the manager. I told him concerns about getting back to sleep. We usually don't do this, but here you go. Rock-a-bye, baby. Sir, don't fight it. Put your head back on the pillow. I know what I'm doing, all right? He broke his legs. 10 minutes later, the real hotel manager called me, dude, we know who you are. Quit making the crank phone calls, or we're going to kick you out of the hotel. Like, I'm sorry. So about like 6 a.m., I finally fall asleep. I'm laying back on my pillow, and I'm awakened by these alarms going off. Woo, woo, woo. And no lie, I get up and I look outside my hotel window. There's a video store across the street getting robbed. I'm watching all this unfold. There's law enforcement inside the video store, walking up down the aisles trying to find a burglar. So I get the yellow pages out and I find the number to the video store. Oh, God. And I call it up and I see this police officer pick up the phone. And I'm like, dude, get out of there. Cops are everywhere. Meet me out back. He's out back. All right, so a little business before I wrap up here. We are all going to get up and go bid on that after I get off stage. What's the $2, Tara,
Yes,
for the quilt?
$3 for $5.
And we got Vanna White back there, like she said, saying I gotta leave. You got a drug problem, had to get home, tend to that. I don't even know where I came from. I'm sorry, there's kids here. I'm sorry. But again, Diana Paulsgrove, is there anything that we could touch base on before I wrap up my show here. Diana's drunk. She's in the back. That's okay. Look at her. She's stumbling. She's stumbling. Golly, I miss drinking. I used to measure everything in beer. Cut my grass, 4 beers. From my house to church, 2 beers. From my house, my mother-in-law's house, 12 beers. And she lives with us. No. All right. So, yes. What?
Please, love offerings.
Love offerings, guys, please. But be safe when you do that. Are you guys wearing a mask? And I'm so glad we're in here without mask. You know, I don't care what side you're on. We all know that one guy who was really, really aggressive. My sister called. She said, "You're not wearing your mask, are you?" She could tell on the phone that I wasn't wearing a mask because I wasn't muffled. And I got a buddy of mine from Bullitt County. I called him up and said, "Hey, man, are you going to get vaccinated?" He goes, "No." I'm like, "Why not?" He said, "Because the guy I worked with got vaccinated. 2 weeks later, got drunk, cheated on his wife." I'm like, "Are you sure that was a vaccination?" But no, that when I had the booster that one night, that's what happened. No, I'm teasing. It's great to be on stage. Like Marty said, this is like practice for us. It's been a long time since we've really been on stage, so this is nice. So thanks for having us. Little thing about my wife Melanie. Tell this little backstory. When I say her name, that's why I hear those little bells in my head. So precious, like a baby flower. Yeah. No, she's a good girl. You know, a lot of people on. We're a minivan family, and pretty sure the word minivan is Latin for she wears the pants in the family. That's our second minivan. Last minivan had 183,000 miles on it, and got a newer one. But we're in the minivan. Well, my wife is like the biggest Katy Perry fan that you'll ever meet. Do you guys know who Katy Perry is? We're in the minivan, and she's singing the song Last Friday Night. We had too much to drink, and we did these god-awful things. And, I could sing like, I'm like, what are you doing? I said, do you know what we did last Friday night? There's a toddler in my bed. There's a CPAP on my head. Stocking bills not overdue. Got a kid in prep school. I've been eating fiber bars because they keep me regular. Next door neighbor is a nurse. Is this a mo or something worse? Enlarged prostate. My body aches. I know. Oh well. I got 4-inch hair growing out of my ears and nose. Man, last Friday night, we went to Chick-fil-A, then we went to Walgreens, and I got a flu shot. Last Friday night, we got the oil change in the Honda Odyssey, rented Toy Story 3 last Friday night, walked the dog in the dark, missed in the neighbor's yard, I pretend to pick it up. You ever done that? You're walking your dog, oh snap, I forgot the Kroger bag. And you know your neighbor Kristen's looking at you like, that's my neighbor across the street. Kristen, have you ever busted me using the imaginary bag? Well, hey Kristen, good to see you. Pretend to pick it up. Oh wow. Guys, thank you so much for, how were you able to hear the vocal on the guitar? Thanks for supporting such a great cause, and Tara and Marty and Mayor Durruff and future Mayor Ray Perkins there, hopefully. And I get a discount on pizza every time I say that. And Diana Posgrove and Doug Meister playing drums, and I got nothing. So I want to wrap up. Growing up, I never knew my dad. My mom raised 3 of us by herself, and the only thing I knew about my dad is what my older brother told me. He was an astronaut in the Civil War. Well, Pops. But yeah, my mom, I don't know how she did it. Okay, I do. Vodka. 5 o'clock in the afternoon, she's cooking, drinking. Kids' breakfast is ready. But my grandfather raised, and I'm going to wrap up with a serious song. My grandfather is 101 years old. He's in a nursing home for active seniors. And he's on the computer, and he gets these jokes off the computer, and he knows I'm a comic. He tries to pass these jokes off to me like they're his own jokes. And we're over there, and I'm like, he's like telling these jokes. I'm like, please let it be clean, because I have a kid with me or something. He goes, Tommy, 2 little boys sitting outside of an operating room getting ready to have surgery. And one little boy said, hey, man, what you haven't done? He said, man, I get my tonsils taken out. I have my tonsils taken out, all the ice cream you can eat for a week. He said, what you haven't done? He said, I'm getting circumcised. Dude, I had that done when I was born, and I couldn't walk for a year. All right, so here's the song. My grandfather is on the last chapter of his life, and we're in nursing home the other day, and Josh was like, hey, Papa, where do you see yourself in 5 years? That's not cool. So here we go. This is our last song, a serious song. Hey, guys, if you feel like you had too much to drink, let me or Mayor know, and we'll call the cops for you. But don't call a cab or an Uber, because not only will you be out 30 or 40 bucks in the morning, you'll be without your minivan. Do what I do, go up to your vehicle, pull a couple spark plug cables off, call AAA, get you and your car home safely. So this is a serious song from my papa. I love you. Thanks for having us out tonight. He lost his hearing. He lost his teeth, lost his mind, barely see, lost all control of his bladder. But none of that really matters, because the one thing he hasn't lost is his driver's license. So drive, Grandpa, drive. Pay no attention to the one-way sign. Life in prison for you will fly by. Drive, Grandpa, drive. I'm Tom Mabe. Thank you guys. Thank you, Carl. Thank you, Marty, Pollio. Round of applause for everybody. Thank you.
You guys, Tom Mabe, ladies and gentlemen, one more time. That was awesome. He is a true friend, and he is one of the funniest friends I know. You know, I went through a depression myself, and I'm very serious when I say this. When Marty was talking about it, it reminded me, one of the only things that made me laugh was listening to Mabe on the internet when I was very, very depressed. So he's very funny. He's a very good guy. Thanks to Marty. Thanks to him. Thanks to Jeremy. Thank you so much. Thanks to our friends with Joyful Spirits. Thanks to Diana. All the great work, Debbie. Everybody who did the workshop with us together. Thank you to the mayor. And just remember, those love offerings are really important. Please go get your bid on the quilt and make those bids on the jewelry as well. Keep drinking, keep eating, keep having fun. This is going to go on for a while. I think the musicians might come back, possibly. And if not, enjoy the rest of your evening. And thank you so much for inviting us to come out tonight. We appreciate the help with tornado relief.
Okay, you guys, that is the end of this fabulous evening, and this was just so much fun. They raised a good amount of money, and they're going to continue to do this kind of fundraising, and you guys can too. You know, they're going to need help with Western Kentucky tornado relief for a very long time. So anytime you feel like doing something, please do it. And thanks for joining us tonight. This was a lot of fun. I enjoyed doing it. Have a great night.